Hello, welcome to the stream, everybody. Hey, OGB Fun got first. Congrats. Swoop that out from under Josh's nose. Let's see. Alright. Hello, it's Wednesday. This is Lloyd Lloydster, and we're gonna keep playing Tavern Talk. Honestly, I was really nervous when I first started Tavern Talk because I have a bad history with games that are like coffee talk, where the customers come in, they give you an ambiguous description on what drink they want, and then you disappoint them. But Tavern Talk isn't like that. I am pleased to say that they tell you exactly what they want, and they even give you a little bit of leeway in added bonuses, whatever added bonuses you give to the drink. So that is something that I've enjoyed in this one. But yes, most importantly though, all of the stars have fallen out of the night sky in this universe, and we don't know why. So let's get into it. Okay. Perfect. So the day just started, I think. Nope, it didn't. Let's recheck the chat and see how far. Let's see. How will I ever recover from this? Maybe a drink. Oh, Kyle the vampire had just found out that Evelyn had actually died. Yep, it was Evelyn. Had actually died. So Kyle had given us a quest to go get his cape of invisibility that his ex-wife still had. They were not on good terms, but apparently we're finding out he had unresolved feelings and is very distressed by the fact that the retrieval of his cape ended in her demise. So I feel strongly about this little guy. This little guy is so kooky and confused almost constantly that him being upset by this is a very, very sad turn of events. Let's see, before we get too far into this, I'm gonna make sure I plug in my phone so it doesn't die. All things that I should think about before stream starts, but that would be too easy. Alright, perfect. Yes. Yep, and Rhea, of course, is his hired... I don't really know. Companion might be a good word for it. Let's go with companion. Because he keeps forgetting he hired her, but he just loves hanging out with her. He thinks she's the best thing ever. And she's warming up to him, I think. I really do think. Alright, something strong, please, dear innkeeper, so that my heart may stop aching soon. Alright, the word strong kind of has a... Okay, like legitimately strength, okay. Now what is this? Peak sunrise? That would be kind of in bad taste, wouldn't it? To make him peak sunrise. It's not a strength drink. That peak sunrise is a sweet drink that feels like standing on a tall mountain's peak. While this drink focuses on intelligence, adventurers may feel infused with the confidence and agility it takes to climb their favorite mountain range. Unsurprisingly popular with climbers and boulderers. What the fuck's a boulderer? Is that like someone who climbs exclusively boulders? I don't know. Maybe. Let me know if you do know. Yes, but they want a strength drink. Funny enough, we unlocked Sailor's Courage days ago in game, and this was given to us by Kaylin, that really huge, like, Catkin, she uses a great sword. She's awesome. But Sailor's Courage gives even the driest of land a lumber the qualities of a good sailor: a lot of strength, a dash of defense, a shot of charisma, and the inability to know fear. A perfect all-rounder. Well, almost. Who needs common sense anyway? Spinach not included. I think this would be really fun. Gives him some defense as well, a dash of dexterity and charisma. Could he use intelligence? Yes, but that is not the point. I don't think we have a single strength drink that does intelligence. Nope, we do not, but this is the most well-rounded drink, so let's go ahead and do Sailor's Courage. First time for everything. Now we have so many different infusions. The trick here is to pick one that is not going to give a bonus in a, one of the stats that this drink doesn't have. So let's see. This one actually looks pretty good. Honey, I think, gives you, the person drinking it, inspiration. That motivates other people. Okay. The secondary thing actually directly impacts the story and what happens. So I'm gonna keep an eye on that. Let's see, this haste one's pretty good. At the moment though, Kyle hasn't mentioned what quests he wants to pick up on. He's really just trying to get over this sadness he's feeling. Can't do Thunder Sage. There is too much intelligence going on here. Frozen Pinecone gives armor. Okay, Crystal's intelligence, that's out. Let's see. Phoenix Chili with the fire resistance. Okay, we've got options, okay. If we did the honey flower, we would have to put 2 extra bits of strength in. I feel like this would be interesting to give him a honey flower because he's not a very persuasive person. He's like kind of fun and bubbly, but he can't keep his thoughts straight. So it would be interesting to see if this does anything okay, yep, this is 1 point in this, 1 point in that. Let's get Ignis in here to get all of that strength. So those are the 2 negatives taken care of. I am a bit worried actually. I don't think there's enough in this cup. Oh, this is the first time we've seen this actually. This is a full cup, and because of the negatives of the honey flower, we can't make the whole drink, so gotta give this to Andu. Pet Andu for the first time. Oh, I'm sorry, Andu, I didn't realize I couldn't pet you. But yeah, here's your drink. Oh, he doesn't get the infusions. Interesting. Okay, so now we need... This could do. We could give haste, let him scurry out of situations. Alright, 2 for Ignis. 1 more, 3 for Ignis. Oh, this is tricky. We're actually getting into some that... Sailor's Courage, there's the one. Okay, I was getting worried. We're running out of space here in the cup. Yeah, but that was Sailor's Courage, isn't it? Yep, one there, one there. Perfect. I've never made it before, so it's really cool to see like how it's, like what parts of it are moving. It's like a breeze is going through those sails, and the abs, of course, are glittery. I can't mend your broken heart, but perhaps this helps. It does. Thank you, dear innkeeper. Why don't you tell the innkeep more about your day, She usually doesn't help him. I bet you she feels bad. Right. I suppose I wasn't done yet. Where was I? Your trip to the capital. Busy streets, bustling with people. Roots. Roots? Roots. We admired the roots that enclose the city almost like a rampart. I finally had the chance to take a closer look. Quite fascinating. For once, gotta agree. Almost made me believe the myths were true. Myths? Myths. I've told you, rumor has it these are the roots of the Aether tree. Breaking through the surface and taking hold of Gaia with a guard the capital. Ah, yes, a very good defense plan indeed. Wait, what's this rumor? Capital's wrapped in roots, protected by the divine, according to a myth as ancient as time. These are the roots of the Aether tree. This is not helpful for any other rumors we currently have. We have so many rumors, dude. These 3 technically make a quest, but they haven't given us the chance to. Let's see, what did we add here? A peculiar visitor looking everywhere for his beloved cape. However, it seems that he has definitely lost more than just that, possibly also a few of his memories and his marbles. He was once married to Lady Evelyn, a vampire countess residing in Marrow Castle, and enjoys sunbathing. Maybe a tad bit too much. The curse of being a vampire is outliving pretty much anyone you'll ever meet. Though it's not surprising that Kyle seems to fight with abandonment issues. He has seen a few people die of old age after all. Nonetheless, he is still very attentive to others, perhaps to cherish the time he has left with them. Oh, that's so sad. Ah, yes, very good defense plan indeed. What is Wood going to do to protect a city? A city's protected with stone. Oh. I was never very involved in fortification efforts. I figured. Oh. Oh? We've also met the lovely Seraph again. How are her investigations coming along? Very well. She seems eager and determined. A detective spirit. I like that we're getting updates for her through other characters. And remember, she's the one who's investigating why the stars fell out of the sky. I believe the lass made her way to Dalwell. She seems to be onto something. I can't wait to hear the story when she returns. Likewise. Say, Rhea, can we go to town and check out the antiques dealer? Oi, why? I want to see if I can find any keepsakes from the old times. That's so sad. Very well then. Bet you won't munch on the shopkeep, will ya? Of course not. I'm well satiated from the innkeeper's creation. Alright then. Let's go. Goodbye, innkeep. Enjoy your shopping spree. New character, new and is this a Poppy? Well met, adventurer. Do my eyes deceive me? Minthy in the flesh. Minthy? Oh, is this like the Hades? I don't know what the right title is for her, but she was definitely part of like the Hades Persephone myth. Hello, darling innkeeper. It's good to see you again. It certainly has been a while. Must be hitting that 15-year mark, huh? It'll be 25 years soon, actually. You know how I am when it comes to keeping track of time spans longer than a decade. I'm well aware. Okay, I only saw the one head, but now I see that the other one's under her arm. Oh, that's so cute. There's gotta be a third one somewhere. Good thing that you have me to drop in from time to time to remind you. I couldn't be more grateful. Especially when you bring Casket and Kane along. Okay, so it's two puppies. Those are good names. Do cute service beasts still get a discount here? Always. Oh, there's service dogs. So what's brought you back to the area? It's not your usual haunt. No, I generally prefer something more... moist? Not the word I'd have used. But something akin to that. It's decidedly too arid around these parts for my tastes. And here I thought I would get to at least enjoy the recent downpour, but no. The stuff that came pouring down was... unique. That's one way to put it. Destructive is another, and possibly more accurate. But I'm glad to see that your tavern hasn't suffered the same fate as many of the streets and buildings I saw on my way here. Admittedly, the journey was already quite challenging to navigate with my wheelchair before. Though the scenery has always been worth the struggle. But now, I'm afraid it wasn't possible to take in much enjoyment from the passing landscape. Not when I had to pay so much attention to not endangering myself and my sweet service beast. You've told me of your struggles with traveling before, I'm sorry to hear that recent events have made it worse. Oh, well. We're here now, aren't we? And I do have to say, using the primordial vortex as a way to skip your veranda's stairs is a marvelous accessibility touch. That's so cool. That's awesome. What's so cool about this line is not only the shout out to accessibility, but it also gives us a little bit more lore, because look at that, using the primordial vortex. We've seen so many references to the Innkeep's magic and the Innkeep's shop in general being related to the primordial plane, the primordial sea, that it's interesting to get some more confirmation on that. I don't know what that means yet, I really don't. Actually, I don't think it would be in the map yet. No, the map is just explicitly focuses on landmasses. Can I go anywhere else? No. Okay, alright, keep your secrets. But oh, we're from somewhere else, or we get our magic from somewhere else, so this is interesting. Quite the impressive work, my friend. I'm glad to hear that my little spells are doing their job. I hope the cities will put similar care into rebuilding the streets. Flatter cobblestones would do wonders for many people like me. But believe it or not, I didn't come all this way to talk about the development of inclusivity in urban infrastructure. No. Really? Shocking, right? I'm here on the hunt, one could say. What do you have your eyes on? Protection pearls. I've heard a few hushed whispers in my library. Folks say the pearls appear in the lonesome lagoon this time of year. Ah, those again. Good hunting then. Thank you. Though, while the pearls might be my main objective, I haven't decided to come to town with only a singular purpose. I need to ask you for something, Innkeeper. A good drink? No, my manuscript, darling. I believe 25 years should have been enough time to proofread it, yes? Oh no. Of course. I finished devouring the manuscript almost as soon as you gave it to me. It just took me a while to recall doing so, you see? Since it's been so long since I definitely got done with that. Lovely. I'm glad I have such a reliable old friend to proofread my work. Would you like a drink while I try to engage my brain cells and remember where I put it? If you're offering, I'd be pleased to accept. Perhaps something to refresh my mind after my journey. I'll do my best. Innkeep definitely did not proofread that manuscript. Alright, so we need something to refresh the mind. Ooh, Peak Sunrise is a good call, look at that. Dexterity, maybe for dodging those potholes on the way back. Okay, this seems like a lovely pick. Smoking Nebula was like the OG intelligence drink, but honestly, I don't think it's gonna serve her as well. Let me just confirm pronouns real quick. Oh, they're not in the book yet? What? Had a full conversation with them and they ordered a drink. Interesting. Alright, gotta lock in. Let's do the brand new drink, Peak Sunrise. This sounds good. Okay, so we're getting to the point where some of these bonuses are actually impossible to incorporate into certain drinks, just because of the way the positive and the negative stats line up. So no strength in this one, that's good. Oh, this could give us the 1 dexterity and the 1 charisma that drink needs. Oh, the drink needs 2, but that's fine. This actually helps out really well. So this inspires people. For a writer, that might be a really good way to go. Alright, let's get Cantio. One of those. You'd I think I already fucked it up. Yeah, I did. Alright, hold on. 1. Got the 1. Oh, it was 2 of this. That's what it was. We need another plumia. Okay, no more of that. And the rest of the drink is Tempest. One more. Beautiful. This is the first time we've served this drink. Oh, you can see the little mountain. Is that in the ice, maybe? Ice floats, though, so I don't know. That's cute. Is that like the garnish around it? Dude. I thought very hard about making the perfect drink for you. I've missed this. Good to see your mixing skills haven't diminished one bit. In fact, I think I might be coming up with an idea for a new story. Let me note this down really quick. Take your time. So, while I enjoy your mixology, no matter what you put in front of me, I'd enjoy it even more if you could recall the location of my very precious manuscript. You know, the one I lovingly worked away at for almost half a century whilst my library came to be. How old are they? How old is Minty? How old are we? Certainly. It should be just below this pile. No, wait. I must have put it over there, actually. Alright. Given this ongoing battle with your organizational habits, it might take you a bit longer to recover. And I have some pearls to get to. How about this? I'll return in around 7 days, and then I can tell you all about my pearl hunt in exchange for my manuscript. My Ufred manuscript. That would be helpful. Good. It was nice seeing your weary face again, Innkeeper. Likewise, Minty. Have a safe and pearl-fertile journey. I'll try. That's so funny. So that's gotta be long enough for us to even find it and read it. That sounds like that's the goal. 7 days should be enough to read a manuscript, right? Alright, so we definitely have enough for a new quest. I'm glad they kept my piles. An unusual amount of undead seem to be. So this is about the undead in the west. Capital has roots, protected by the divine. Strangers come to town like crepes and spooky armor. Carolyn's great-grand... great sword. Once belonged to her grandmother. Riverbanks of the Shiver. Mare hides a Mary Morgan. Banshee in Lonesome Lagoon. Deep within Gravelmac hide lost treasures and terrifying bleak stalkers. These three are the only ones that reference Vordox specifically. Vortex docks are a popular viewpoint for animals interested in nighttime vistas. Surely only a sea witch can be responsible for this. There's a slight unrest in Zolford. Rumored has it an archmage is looking for their familiar who went missing recently. There are a lot of people in Zolford. Someone is bound to know something about the missing familiars. Are they hiding? Can I change the order of this? I don't know if the order matters, so we'll just write it. A scandal in Zolford. The lively port city of Zolford is known not only for its docks, but also for its large community of mages. Lately, there seems to be something mysterious going on there. Familiars of several archmages have gone missing and are nowhere to be found. But it's a big city. There must be someone who knows something. Could their disappearance be related to the tale of the sea witch who cursed Zolford's docks? I love how we draw a doodle. Hello dancing. Happy stream. Alright, closing up shop for the day. Andu gets his snacks. Cleaning up. Okay. Act 2, Starlight Sonata. Chapter 9, Crossing the Threshold. 5th of the Astral Moon. Taking a little gander around the yard. No fireflies today, but we— oh, I just saw one poke out by the wishing well. By the water well. Same two birds that have been hanging out with us. Same little dragon cat. Is the dragon supposed to be Andu? Andu's very round, so I don't think so. And we've got our cute little sheep. Alright, new day. Are we gonna see new characters? Fable! Fable's returned. Fable looks concerned. I wonder what they're up to. Good morning, innkeeper. Could you please make me a drink? I need something to wake me up and help me feel agile again. Of course, Fable. Just a moment. We have no idea what they're up to. So, let's see. We want agility, so let's take a quick look at our recipes. Whenever someone says they need a specific stat, I have to give them a drink where that stat is maxed out. We currently only have one that does that. I say have to because that's my own personal rule. Game hasn't said so, but I haven't tried. Like, First Snow is the next closest drink that has one away from being maxed out agility, and I would totally give them this one, but nope, this is the only one that really fits the bill. So let's get cruising. Let's see. Inspiration, I think, is a really good touch that this honey flower gives. Unfortunately, it gives a point in charisma, and this drink does not need that. Alright, so gotta keep looking. This gives 2 points in intelligence. Can't do that. Drink only has 1. No charisma. Can't do that. And 2 frozen pine cones because that gives strength. This is the only one we can do. The fake crystal. Fake crystal gives you a period of invisibility, I believe. Let's take a look. Yep, invisibility. Let's see. And then this gives a point in strength. There's only 1 infusion we can do. That's fine by me. Alright, let's get 1 Frigis for the defense. Is it 2 points in that? 1, 2, nope, just the 1. And then top it all off with Pluma. Look at that, Swift Strike. Thanks, Andu. Yeah, thanks, chat, for hanging out. I appreciate you. Thank you, I feel much better already. Long night? Very. Turns out there were a lot of farmers who needed help. Regret offering it? Not at all. I really enjoy being able to help people. Before, I just used to wish I could help, but I never felt competent enough to try. It's fun to try, a bit exhausting at times, but I think I much prefer this over waiting around. Not to get super distracted, but do we have an entry for that new person we met yesterday in game? Rhea, Kyle, Fable, Carolyn, Malachite, Alithia, Jade, and Nico, X, Scully, and Melly. That last person we're talking to yesterday didn't show up in the book. What? Why is that? I forgot what their name was. I think it started with— oh, it was Minthy. Minthy was the name. It's so strange that they're not in the book. Maybe it only shows people who go on quests? Minthy could go on quests. I don't know. Okay, back to you, Fable. I think I much prefer this over waiting around. I still could use a bit more practice, though. That's fair. Just make sure you also practice taking breaks. Yeah, the events of the game, Fable took their first ever quest at the beginning of this game, and they've been out and about helping lots of people. You'll have a much easier time helping other people if you're not close to passing out yourself. That's what I have your drinks for. No, Fable, no, that's not the point. My drinks are not a gateway to burnout. I admire your kindness, Fable, but you too should fall under the umbrella of people you're being kind to. Did you hear that, chat? Take care of yourself. I mean, I am pretty good at falling. You're pretty good at a lot of things. I try. I know. Stay and have a rest now, okay? Okay, thank you. New character, new character, new character. Good day to you, innkeeper. Good day to you too, adventurer. I don't know if you heard it, chat, but there was like a little like instrumental like lyre fanfare noise that just happened. Yes, an adventurer. That is what I am indeed. I come here seeking a drink. What a coincidence. I do happen to have some of those in stock. What can I get you? What kind of drinks do adventurers usually get? Whatever drink they desire. Then? Well, I could do with something that tastes good. Of course. Perhaps something that could protect me from my foes? Defense is the base of every adventurer's skill set, is it not? Possibly. Let's try it out. Okay, so they want defense. No idea who this person is. Never got their name or anything. First Snow is really good. It's a really strong defense cocktail. Also gives points in agility and charisma. Let's take a quick peek though. That's not max defense. Frosted Lagoon was our OG defensive drink. In my opinion, First Snow is better. It gives 2 points in agility, while Frosted Lagoon gives a single point in strength. But this person sounds like they don't do a lot of adventuring. Just take a quick look around, make sure. Yeah, those are the only 2 defense drinks. I'm a little torn because I can't tell if this person has experience adventuring, and I feel like strength might be good, but agility might be just as good so that they don't have to take a hit, you know? Alright, we'll go with First Snow. This does change though what bonus we can give them. Let's see. Ooh, this one makes them speedy. Speedy, speedy, speedy. Yeah, haste lets you get away from things. This actually might be good. Let's give him a chance to get to safety. Alright, 1 Pluma. 2... Oops, I missed. Lovely, here we go. We've got all of the points we need in agility. Let's get... Oh, we don't need any more here, do we? Nope, because the golden feather covered how much charisma we needed. Now just the rest in defense. Lovely. Ondu says it's First Snow. Ondu approved. I love these drinks. They're so cute. Look at this. It's in a square glass. It's a little short compared to how wide it is, but don't worry about that. It has a little snowy cloud over it, and it's a liquid in it, but it's got like little snow drifts, little gold on the corners. Very cute. Liquid protection against your foes. Now for half the price. Thank you so very kindly. The stars in their eyes. Do you like it? Well, yes, of course. Then you should say so. I apologize. I forgot to do the thing where you say your words out loud. I get that. Now that you've acquired a drink, care to introduce yourself? Incredibly rude of me to forget. I am Gustav Archibald Richmond III, son of Lord Gustav Albert Richmond II and Lady Dorothea Bridget the 27th. an up-and-coming hero from Windmore. And who might you be? The up-and-coming innkeeper of Zenith. Happy to have you here. And I'm Fable of the Ashen Grove. Ooh, Gustav like that. You're Fable? Yes? Is that a bad thing? The Fable that saved a Trigaran from werewolves? The very same. Wow. What an incredible pleasure it is to meet you. I've heard so many things about you. Oh, good things, I hope. Of course. They said you single-handedly persuaded the werewolf to give up his wicked ways and reunited a family. That is actually exactly what happened. I was kind of curious where the story was gonna go. That's one way to put it for sure. They do have a way with words. Incredible. A true hero indeed. They spoke of you helping with the aftershocks of the Starfall as well. I mean, that's a given. I need to help out when I can. You truly have the heart of a folk hero. How admirable. What about you, Lord Gustav Archibald Richmond III? What are you the hero of? Well, I'm, currently leaving my backstory era. I'm in the first act, so to speak, on my journey to becoming a full-blown adventurer. I've had a bit of a late start, but I shall catch up with haste. Okay, so now we learned something about Gustav. What happened to Minty? Also, Archie is just fine. You don't have to say the whole thing every time. I am a little curious. What do we get here? 24, he, him, swashbuckler, neutral good, and the hermit card. Archie is the noble son of an influential family from Windmore. He's quite out of touch with reality, growing up around books instead of everyday people. He wants to experience the adventurous life he always read about, especially after hearing tales of Fable, the folk hero. Aww, that's so sweet, but it makes it sound like Fable's been doing stuff for a while, and everything that he just mentioned were like very recent exploits of Fable. Interesting. Well, Archie, if it's haste you're looking for, I can help with that. Someone gifted me some golden feathers a few days ago. That's what I gave him. Prepared as an infusion for the right drink, they can hasten you up in no time. Really? That's spectacular. I always thought those things were myths or legends you only read about in books. Do you read a lot? You know, sometimes. Not that much. You should. You sound like someone who enjoys adventure, and books are so full of them. They are. I'm just too cool for books. Books are cool. You think so? Yes, I do. I mean, look at the Innkeeper's Journal. It's super cool. The coolest. Oh, well, actually, maybe I do read quite a bit. I'm sorry for being so weird about it. Don't worry, we're all a little weird sometimes. What kind of books do you like? Anything full of adventures and heroes and adventuring heroes. You're just like me. Obviously, my parents would much prefer I read about other things, such as books on etiquette or the newspaper. I'm sure they would love it if I wrote a dissertation on the intricacies of the Diaria negotiations, or even became a diplomat myself. But I think I would fare much better as a savior of this world, don't you think? The Diaria negotiations? I'm unfamiliar. It's all terribly boring, really. They're renegotiating trade routes due to the collapse of a canal bridge that was hit by a horde of spinel rhinoceroses. It's not going all that well, because they can't agree on who should pay for the repairs, mainland or Diaria itself. Just thinking about it puts me to sleep. The crash of a spinal rhinos. Spinal? Collapsed at Canal Bridge, connecting Giardia to the mainland, spawning the worst thing of all, budget discussions. We have so many fucking clues left. I don't mean nothing. Then perhaps we should get back to more exciting topics. How do you plan to start off your hero's journey? By doing something heroic, of course. What's something heroic I could do? You could start by helping the local farmers. They're still rebuilding their homes and relocating their cattle as you speak. Great idea. How much gold should I give them? Gold? I mean, I'm sure they wouldn't mind gold, but I was thinking about lending them a hand. You know, physically, with your literal hands. Ah, okay. So, I would go to the farmers and ask what they need help with. Of course. That sounds... I shall figure it out. Thank you for the inspiration, Fable. It has been an honor meeting you. I hope we shall cross paths again. Until my next quest, Innkeeper. Till then. So what's cool is we talked about haste while he was drinking the drink that I prepared with the haste boost. Let's see. Leaving backstory era. I've had a bit of a late start, but I shall catch up with haste. Well, if haste is what you're looking for, I can help with that. So we lucked out. We lucked out and gave him exactly what he needed without knowing. That was adorable. Weird. Not because of him, you heard about me being a hero? That doesn't sound right. But you are a hero. Not really. I didn't even do that much yet. Not enough to be inspiring to anyone anyway. There are much greater heroes than me out there. He wasn't impressed by other heroes. He was impressed by you. That's nice. You don't sound very happy about it. This is very relatable. Getting a compliment when you're not expecting it. I am. It's really flattering, but I just don't think I did enough to deserve his praise. I'm just some elf. It's not for you to decide who's impressed by you and who isn't. I'm personally going to keep bragging about knowing Fable, the great hero of the Ashen Grove and savior of Tregarin. Alright, I get it. Thank you, Innkeep. I'll try better to accept compliments. Good. So, I've been talking about this so much. I think Malachite's their current name. Malachite and Fable to be in many more scenes together. I need them to be in so many scenes together. Ever since Malachite's one of his very first conversations with us, he referenced Fable as the cute green one, where they haven't said anything positive about anyone else ever. I've been having such a hard time. But Melly, I just noticed Melly grabbed a quest. Hello, Innkeeper. Hello, Fable. Hello, Melly. And hello, Malachite. It's good to see you both again. Likewise. Right, Mal? Stoic as ever. Can I offer you two a drink? Actually, you can offer us a quest. Are you talking about the one you just picked up by any chance? Your incredible deduction skills strike again. I'm only trying to watch. I'm only trying to match wits here. So you're interested in saving those poor familiars? I am. Missing familiars, silent wizards, clues leading to a seemingly dead end. This sounds like a case for the world's greatest detective. And her sneaky assistant. They do sound like a great team. They're not a team. But they are going on a quest together. They are not. Then why are you here? She didn't want to come here alone. Said she can't reach the quest board. And I needed a drink anyway. So you're sending Melly on a quest alone? As is customary. That's how the Shadowbanes have always handled it. Okay, we don't get choices very often. Like, the most choices I've been getting so far have been what drinks to mix and what, like, bonuses to give the drinks. So they're giving me the opportunity here to either agree with Fable that 10-year-old Melly is way too young to put on a quest alone, or agreeing with Malachite that Melly's gonna be fine. I think, well, I do think that Fable is like a little bit like, not overbearing, but a little overprotective. I think I agree with them more. Malachite mentions that he was questing when he was Melly's age. Sure, but every time they've talked about that quest in particular, it sounds like a traumatic experience. So I think that if you have the choice, kids shouldn't have to be in experiences they don't need to be in yet. So I'm gonna agree with Fable. Melly isn't part of the Shadowbanes, so like Melly shouldn't have to, like, it's not a tradition Melly needs to be a part of. But she wishes to walk the path of thieves, so she must embrace their lifestyle. I think she's trying to walk the path of a detective, and that just sounds dangerous and negligent. I agree. You're not coming with me? No. Why not? I just explained that. Badly. You have to come with me. Why? It's clearly a job for 2 people. There's no job that can't be done alone. How's the game going? Game's going good. Cute little 10-year-old cat lady girl wants to pick up a quest, and moody, they, air elemental guy, air, wait, what's this air, what's his thing called? Where'd it go? Air Echo, that's the name. Air Echo has been kind of looking over her, but like is like trying to say like, yeah, she can do it by herself. So he's being guilted into going with him, but everything's going good. Thanks for asking. How's it going? Okay. There's no job that can't be done alone. Look at everyone reacted poorly to that. I hope Fable's learning to get more confident. I hope that Malachite's one of the people that Fable finally gets the confidence to be more vocally critical of. You got this. Thank you. About to start D&D. Okay. Have fun at D&D.
Lizard.
Okay, I heard a sound alert happen. I was like, started previewing, and I was like, oh no, it's broken. It looks like we're gonna get a couple lizards. Thank you, OGB. Oh man, so we're at 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it's at least 2 more lizards.
Lizard.
I thought there was one more. Maybe not.
Lizard.
Here we go. Oh. Thank you for the robot bleeps dancing. I love that one. That one's really good. Alright. Perfect. So it does look like an ad wants to play. I think that's all the sound alerts that I've got. Okay, I didn't want to cut any of them off by going into a break screen, but I like to go on breaks when ads play so that no one misses out on anything. So let's take a quick break, about 5 minutes or so. So get some water, stretch, get a bite to eat if you can. But we'll be right back here to keep playing. Alright, see you in a few minutes. Bye. Hello, welcome back from the break. Let's see, for anyone just tuning in, right before we went on break, there was a bunch of sound redemptions, so we got many lizards and a mix of adorable robot bleeps. But yes, we are playing Tavern Talk, and right now little 10-year-old Melly is trying to take her first... Their resume button, let's see how do I get out of that. There we go. 10-year-old Melly is trying to take her first quest, and her unintentional chaperone, just like out of circumstance, and she just followed them around forever. Malachi is trying to say that she should definitely take the quest by herself. They were subjected to questing when they were young. And Fable, on our left here, they are saying that Melly should not go alone. And we sided with Fable because, I don't know, like, if you have the choice to put a kid in a potentially dangerous situation, you shouldn't do that. That's just what my take is. But so let's see how this plays out. While I was trying to pause for the break, actually, a few bubbles continued, a few messages got clicked past, so I'm gonna just review the last few exchanges. Malachi said there's no job that can't be done alone. Melly says, what if I need someone to sneak into the crime scene to gather evidence? Malachi goes, didn't you want to go on this quest to test your stealth training? Melly goes, but what if I get nervous? What if I forget how to be stealthy? But what if none of the familiars want to talk to me? Remember, this quest is trying to find lost familiars, because there's been a ton of familiars that have gone missing. But that's what you missed. I made myself some honey tea. I usually don't add anything to my tea, but I put a bunch of honey in it because I can tell my vocal cords are getting crispy. I am out of green tea, so this is just a classic black tea. There's nothing quite like warm tea on the vocal cords. Oh, that's soothing. Okay, back on the ranch. I don't know, Melina. And what if I come back and you've been eaten by a T-Rex? Who cares? Oh, everybody been talking about T-Rexes, and I'm still very confused why there's a T-Rex in this fantasy world. I do. The T-Rex threat is much lower in Zoford. I think you should go with her. If we're gonna be on brand, the sort of passive-aggressive first message sort of gets the point across, because the innkeep so far has been very hands-off about decision-making. Kind of lets people be their own people. Yeah, let's do this moment. Well, that's where they're headed for the quest. If the monsters finally catch up to me, that's how it's meant to end. I think you should run away from the monsters, not towards them. That would depend on your choice of lifestyle. Fable's gonna explode. Well, your lifestyle should include going to Zoford with me. Listen, Melina, even if I wanted to come with you, I couldn't. I've got obligations, things to do. You're a thief. You don't have fixed working hours, and you don't have any other friends waiting around for you. Maybe not. That's so funny. The kid just said he doesn't have any friends. Maybe not, but I do have a sheepfish to take care of. You have a sheepfish? I do. His name is Rufus, and he doesn't do well alone. Plus, he needs to be fed, and to do his daily crossword puzzles. Otherwise, his wool will get dry. Oh, well, you're right. You can't just leave Rufus alone. Go get lonely. Yeah, Fable's gonna beat his shit in. I could take care of Rufus. Hell yeah. What? Well, I live nearby, and I'm very good with animals. I'm pretty decent at crossword puzzles. That sounds like an excellent idea. Malachi's grumpy, big grumpy. What if Rufus doesn't like you? He will, certainly after one of Fable's famous lullabies. You sing? Sometimes. So I'm so excited, I'm trying to keep it in, but I would like them to get together. Would be a huge jump at this point, but I would really like it. And the fact that Fable's gonna go to their house and take care of his fish, and Malachi, amidst this uncomfortable discussion, this like interpersonal discussion, just like wait a minute, you sing. So their fascination with little details about Fable makes me very, 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 very happy. Sometimes maybe you can sing a song about how Mal and Rufus got eaten by a T-Rex while the familiars booed me out of town. Oh. I think I'd prefer a song about you and Malachite saving those familiars instead. Right, Mal? I'll be fine, but just this once. See it as a final exam for your training. Yay, that sounds fun. Wonderful. So do you two need any help on your quest? Don't know. What do you think, Detective? Well, it's great that you would ask, mighty assistant. Please don't call me that. Okay, Mighty Mal then. No. How about John? Sure. Malachite, it's a different name every 5 seconds. It's John now. This is so good. So, John, thanks for asking. I've studied the quest given to us closely, and I have come to the conclusion that there is only one option. This is a classic case of finding the right clues sprinkled throughout the witnesses' testimonies and piecing them together correctly. The townsfolk, the wizards, the familiars. They'll all have different conflicting information, and we'll need to collect and untangle it all to see the whole picture. But to achieve that, we need to be charismatic enough to get the truth out of them. And for those who still refuse to talk to us out of guilt or fear, we'll need to activate our stealth powers, find those hidden clues ourselves. Also, we should be quick so they don't destroy any evidence. I can offer you some of your golden feathers. They do come with the sweet aftertaste of haste. That way you should be able to make Dizoford much quicker. Great idea. I think you underestimate the severity of the situation. What would you suggest instead, John? I agree with the stealth part. We could use a hint of dexterity to make sure we remain unseen for as long as possible. But I believe our focus should be on overpowering whoever is responsible for this. If they're making familiars disappear, they won't be interested in a discussion. Not a fair one, at least. We should fight first, ask questions later. Ever so much the fighter, I see. So much for this being a final exam for her. Her stealth training. And it's necessary. If you're itching for a fight, may I recommend fresh Phoenix chilies. Some fire resistance could be a big advantage against wizards or familiars. Whether fireball or fire breath, you wouldn't want to walk in unprepared. Does Andu have fire breath? Technically, yes, but he's usually too lazy to use it. It helps a bunch with roasting marshmallows though. I'd love to try Andu's marshmallows. I'll see if I can set something up when you return. Thank you. I think some s'mores could also help convince those familiars to help us. That's ridiculous. A dagger would be far more convincing. I think both could work. Innkeeper, what do you think? They definitely need a little bit of dexterity for sneaking around. What should they pair it with? Haste for a quick arrival and charisma for smooth talking, or pure strength and some fire resistance. Let me think about it. Oh, nuts. Wow, this is the most specific we've ever gotten an order. Okay. I don't know what a faded teardrop means. Up until this is the first time we've gotten 2 lines. So before, oh, I see, the drink specifically needed 3 teardrops of that. Oh, okay, I never even really processed, because each time you add to a stat, you can add up to 3 units of it, and I just hadn't processed how many teardrops, water droplets were showing on these papers. I'm sneaking in sips of tea while I'm pondering. Charisma makes the most sense because it's a detective situation. When she's a little kid, she's not gonna be fighting nobody. On the other hand, though, if this is a fighting quest, it would be good to make it so that her one supervised quest is the most dangerous one. I don't think there's a way to prepare for every contingency. I think I'm gonna go with my gut, and I want the charisma. Yeah, is so 1,000 wins, a lot of charisma. Now I don't know how to interpret this. Is it 1 or 2? Is it saying up to 2 points of dexterity? A little bit of dexterity for sneaking around. I think it's saying 1 or 2, because if they wanted 2, it would have 2 solid water droplets, and if they wanted 1, it would be a singular solid water droplet. Let's say up to 2. That's how I'll interpret that. And they definitely, if we go with this one, it needs to be the haste one, which is honey flower. Is that right? Oh no, it's inspiration. Golden feather. Yep, golden feather. Okay, you got it. So if we're going with golden feather, which brings up dexterity and charisma, then we'll want this one's a good one. The only problem is that it's negatives in intelligence. Spoken heart would be good because it doesn't matter those negatives. Oh fuck, but there's no points in dexterity. Hold on. I don't have a lot of options, do I? Literally 1,000 wins is the only one, and it can only do 1 point. That's what's happening. Okay, do we have any drinks that do 3 charisma and 2 dex? I don't think so. That's a single dex. And we can't do this one because of the negative points that the infusion puts towards intelligence. Because it's 2, right? We just looked at the... Oh, it's a single one. Okay. Oh, silly me. That's not gonna get us our 3 charisma. Oh wait, look, I was looking at the wrong thing. That will get us our 3 charisma, 1 single haste, 2 points in intelligence. This is pretty good because it would make for a really good support potion for detective work. So let's put Sunny Breeze down as a strong contender. There's no decks here. We quite literally only have 1 drink. Cause yeah, it needs 3 charisma. Oh, 1,000 wins, that's the other option. I see what's happening. So it's either 1,000 wins or Sunny Breeze. The strength, that's a lot of strength. That might be good. I meant shields. That might be good if they get in some trouble. I want to check real quick to see how. Let's see. What does defense help with? It's your invisible shield. No matter if that's physical, magical, or spiritual, enough defense can protect you from any harm. We have a hydrate. Thank you, OGP Fun, for all the self-care. Love you. Alright, drinking some tea. That's what my vocal cords need. And a stretch. You can't see it, but I'm stretching big. Chat, I encourage you, if you haven't moved for a minute or you need it, take a nice big stretch. Ooh. I didn't realize how much my back needed that stretch. And we have a posture check. Yep, posture check achieved. Perfect. Now I'm back in action. Thank you. Let's do Spoken Heart. I want Spoken Heart because I've realized if they get in a pickle. Oh, fuck, there's no haste. 1 second, please hold. Wasn't there a charismatic drink that had points in defense? This one. Okay. Yes, these are the 2 options. Either a really intelligent one or a defense one. Those are our 2 options. We can do either one of them. I'm gonna do 1,000 wins, because even in the flavor text here, swept up in the 1,000 wins, you become as charming and elusive as their elemental messengers. Somehow that feels exactly like resting on a tropical island, enjoying a refreshing drink in pleasant company. Its airy swirls are perfect for avoiding unwanted questions. Great for a detective. This one, delicious sunny breeze, melt your tensions, blow away your stresses, leading to enhanced charm, focus, and reflexes. It tastes like a pleasant wind, blowing through the woods in a warm summer day, very popular among bards and rangers. Now I don't know which one. You know what, we can't mess this up, I don't think. So let's go with 1,000 wins. Yep, we went with that one. Oh, I didn't keep the recipe up. Let's put the feathers in. Antheo. To get the charisma up. 1 more. I'm gonna pet Andu. What a cutie pie. His little gets little nebulas in his eyes. What a cutie pie. Alright, so we've got our dexterity, a charisma. Now we need fridges for our defense. 1 and 2. 1,000 wins. Oh, I made it just for them? I think this case needs a delicate hand. The best detective work is achieved through clear conversation. Ah, you're spot on. Guess this is how I die. Don't be so pessimistic. My drinks have your back. Do you think you're prepared to solve this case, detective? Yes, with your help, we'll complete this quest with haste. We'll be back soon. Best of snooping. I should go with them to pick up that sheepfish before they disappear into the night. Don't forget to sing them a lullaby. Rufus or John? John. Okay. Rufus. Right, obviously. I'm gonna go now. That was cute. This is all going exactly in the direction I need. I need them both together. By the end of this, I swear. Have fun, Fable. Am I ever gonna read that letter that we got from our ex? Can I read the letter? Hold on. No, these are there's only been 3 completed quests so far. Oh, that's bad. Innkeeper. Chrissy, glad to see you're alright. Likewise, good to see you and the tavern are unharmed. It's quite the disaster out there. And I'm just passing through, don't have time to stay for long. Need to check on the cottage, and the birds, and Fable. I'm sure everything is as it was. The canopies of the grove are sturdy after all. Which is why I chose to make it my home. That and the landscape. I think Chrissy was going to some sort of convention. I can't remember what the convention was for, but I think that's what they were up to. I hope your trip was nice at least. Oh, it was. It felt good to recharge and refill the creative juices. We walked a lot actually, almost mapped out the whole island. We also hiked to the foot of the Borean Ridge. The auroras touched the peaks. Oh, that sounds so cool. I would like to go to a place like this. I heard the view is quite remarkable. It was. I'd never seen anything quite like it before. It was the first time I got to catch a glimpse of them. Also got a glimpse of the infamous Banshee. Everyone told us to avoid the lonely lagoon because of her, but it's too beautiful to ignore. I doubt the Banshee means any harm. Everyone yearns for a friend after all, even scary creatures. It gets lonely as a monster sometimes. Everyone is scared of you. Tell me more, Innkeep. Is this some backstory that I would like to get? One sec, I'm gonna drink some more tea. Alright, let's see. It gets lonely as a monster sometimes. Oh yes, I've been trying to figure out what the backstory is, and I know we're gonna get it when we get it, but I need to know. I'm also worried because there's DLC for this game. I'm also worried that we don't find out in the base game what the Innkeeper's deal is, because I'm very invested. I think if I had to rank what I'm most invested in, it is the Innkeeper's backstory, a close second place of Fable and Malachite, and John now. Fable and John. And then everything after that's kind of like, oh, close third is the X, the whole X situation. I've decided they were an X. We've never seen them yet, but we've heard about them. And we have this note that the Innkeeper refuses to read. I don't know what's happening. But I digress. People shouldn't be. No one can choose who they're born as. You should accept them as they are. I have a few patrons who would really appreciate hearing that. Then I'd be happy to meet them. Speaking of which, I got you something. Oh? Yeah, remember the gnomes? I actually met some. Really? They had a booth at the convention. They're selling all types of stuff. I remembered our conversation and got you this. Oh, that's actually sick. What is it? It's like a crystal on something. I thought you might appreciate it. I do. Thank you. It'll certainly have a special place in my heart, knowing I came from you. Aw, you're such a sweet talker. But you can't trick me into giving you my name. Oh. What? What would I want with names? Nothing good, that's for sure. What? That's interesting. That was like weirdly eerie. Because we do ask every traveler what their name is, but up until now I kind of just thought that was just like a classic hospitality thing, and just like a classic just personable thing. You were talking to someone, you're getting to know them, like why wouldn't you ask what their name is? But this makes it sound like names might have something to do with our primordial power. Interesting. Okay. But she's still friendly enough with us, even though she won't trust us with her name? I don't know. She said she's gotta go, she's been gone for too long. See you around, Innkeep. See you around, Chrissy. Take care of yourself. Always. Who's next? Who's next? It's nighttime. They're making a mess. They're making a mess. Oh, that's cute. There's a little skeleton hand. The little butterfly. Baya, good to see you again. It's been a while. Is Baya short for Bayou? Yes. A while. A while. 6,000 years. More like 2 months. I was like, wait a minute, 6,000 years. Oh, I thought I had hibernated longer. You hibernated? At this time of year? It was for the Bloom Tide Festival. It happens near my swamp every year during the Dreaming Moon. Druids and bards join together in search of the moon pools for 2 whole weeks. They dance, they laugh, they scatter pretty little flowers everywhere. I'm like doing some sort of like weird like sleepy Joker thing. I'm not sure where this voice is gonna go, but we're gonna keep playing with it. They hope if they can satiate the land, it will lead them to the reflection of the cosmos. You mean the set of mythical lakes that's said to reflect all the 7 moons at once? Yes. Ever since the Twilight Chasm portal opened up within them a mere 30 years ago, travelers have become increasingly obsessed with bathing in their beauty. Such festivals sound exciting. No. They're loud with their songs and their arguing about getting lost in the endless maze of the marshes. And they walk around with torches of burning ember that they swing too close to my precious vines. Why would you bring fire to a swamp? It is a little rude. Exactly. You know, I tried to join them one time. Their dainty flowers intrigued me, and I snuck up to them, dressed in my prettiest poison ivy, adorned with thorns of the undying trees. And you know what they did? What? They chased me away with their fiery brooms, chanting, "Demon be gone," at the top of their tiny lungs. So now, I hibernate every dreaming moon. That way, I don't have to listen to their jolly tunes. That's so sad. Maybe you should give them another chance. Maybe you should chase them out of your home. Let's try another chance. Very few Gaians are familiar with the creatures of the bogs, only with the stories about their bone-crushing teeth. What's wrong with bone-crushing teeth? They think you might want to crush their bones with them. But that would be so rude. They don't think that way. But I think if they got to know you, they'd like you a lot. After all, you make the best flower crowns in all of Gaia, maybe even all of Hysteria. Those sound perfect for a festival. You might be right. Maybe I'll greet them with some flower crowns next year. I could even open up a seasonal flower crown store. I'd definitely buy one. But right now, I'm awake and thirsty. You have swamp water on the menu today. I'm all out, sorry. Too bad. Something else then. Do you still have those drinks that make you as sturdy as tree bark? In case the torches come near me again? In fact, I still do. Give me one moment. This poor guy. What, do we have pronouns for Baya? Is this in alphabetical order? Nope, Baya. She, they, druid. Oh, they're a druid. Moon swap chaotic neutral, the lover's card. 555 years old. Adorable. Okay, but I got distracted. We want triple defense. What's something that has triple defense? For snow? That's a pretty good one. Let's see. Frost Lagoon. Those are the only two. Okay. I would be interested in a Frosty Cone, right? So it's 1 point strength, 1 point defense, and I would like this so that... Oh, but fire resistant. Hold the phone. Protection against anything whether physical or magical, but she did say specifically fire. Fire resistance is great when fighting enemies that wish to burn you to ashes. This fits the situation so much better. Hold on. Let's see, perfect. Didn't I pick the recipe? Did I? I must not have picked the recipe. Let's see. So if we want fire resistance, we have to pick Frosted Lagoon because it's got 1 point in strength. Okay. We can't do First Snow. First Snow gives some charisma, but we have to do Frosted Lagoon if we want the fire resistance boost. Yeah, see, that allows a lot for the 1 point here. Let's get a little bit of Cantio for the 1 charisma this gives, but then the rest is going to be the Frigis for the defense. Frost Lagoon. Thank you, Antu. Liquid tree bark, just for you. Oh, vicious. I feel I could devour any torch now. Thank you, innkeeper. What woke you up from your slumber, anyhow? The night sky fell into my dirt hut. It burned my favorite weeping willow to bits. I am replanting it into many small, sniffling willows. That's cute. They're feasting upon the ashes of the stars that tried to extinguish them. It's a powerful nutrient. Sounds tasty. After the trees and winds and billbugs calmed down, I had planned to go back to sleep. All that calamity made me awfully tired. But when I tried to sleep, all I could focus on was this feeling spreading in my chest. Heartburn? Loneliness. That's so sad. I thought I should get out there and advertise my new spa. They have a spa? Because only crickets were visiting, and they aren't very good at marketing. You know, maybe if people visit me instead of visiting them, they won't chase me off. So I went to where I knew people could use my services. The werewolf camp in the Ashen Grove. I was just thinking that Fable should meet this person. I didn't want to intrude on their personal space, of course. So I just hung the coupons up on pieces of thin red string in the nearby canopies. It's a little creepy, but I know why she did it. Together with some jolly little bells, so that the wind would announce their presence. Like little spells that draw you towards the nearest mud masks. I hope they'll visit me sometime. I didn't know you opened a spa? It's new. I want to share my flowers and mud and pools with everyone, so we can all look beautiful together. That sounds wonderful, Baya. Alright, let's read something about Baya. Baya is an ancient swamp creature I've known for a long time. She is a very sweet soul, but other people tend to find her terrifying, even attacking her. They love spiders and opened a swamp spa a while ago. Sadly, she hasn't gotten a lot of visitors yet. Very cool. I agree. Can I leave some of my coupons here? Yes, absolutely. Thank you. Please hand them out to all your customers. I'll happily share this fantastic offer with them. We got the cute little smiley face. I love Baya. You could also just come here more often and hand them out yourself. But there's no one else here. Except the jackdaw. Oh, is that what this bird is? Do you want a coupon, little creature? I will leave one in your nest. No one's here because it's almost closing time, Baya. You have to come by earlier, during the day, or earlier in the evening, or during events. But there would be people here. Yes, I believe that's the point. Too scary. I shall go now. What is Baya gonna do when their first customers show up? Like, what do they think's gonna happen? Don't forget to hand out my coupons. Will do. Is there gonna be like an option that I can hand them out? Don't close my window real quick. Window blade. Okie dokie. So we're... is this the end of Act 2? I feel like we've been in Act 2 forever. Starlight Sonata, Chapter 10, Twin Flames. I just closed my blind and turned on a light in my office, and... it's so bright. What? You've been sitting in the dark room for long enough. Alright, let's see. Alright, Twin Flames. Eighth of the Astral Moon. Very cute. I love how all of our decorations are filling up the walls. Hey, Innkeeper. Hello? It's been a while since I've seen you around. All week to be exact. And you already miss me. A little. You got my hands on a job all the way over in Deria. Seemed like something relatively easy but well paid. Or like something too good to be true. Not this time. Apparently the farmer just wanted it to be done quickly, so she offered a higher than average rate. Sounds like easy money. Yeah, I wish. You know, I think I could use a drink first. Something that'll loosen my tongue. I feel like this job drained me all my social energy. Only if I got to hear the rest of the story. Sounds like a good deal to me. Sick. Okay, all we know is that they wanna talk more, so some charisma. 3 points in charisma. 1,000 wins could be good, but let's do Sunny Breeze. Sunny Breeze is... oh, those two. I forgot about them. What? I forgot what class Jade is. Oh, Jade is a bounty hunter. So that sounds more physical, right? So maybe we have to do... Spoken Heart is probably good. Yeah, that'll prepare them physically for whatever they're doing next. Sunny Breeze, though, is a much more casual drink. Let's do Spoken Heart. Okay, so... Guess we could do Inspiration. Ooh, that's 2 negatives, though. We have 2 that give inspiration, don't we? Thunder Sage. That's 2 in intelligence. That's way too much for this drink. The -2 down here is a lot, though. Oh, and especially since the drink doesn't have any dex to it. Hold on, let's pick the... I'm gonna pick the other drink. Let's see. Yeah, we'll do that instead. Because that way we could do this one, right? Yep, perfect. Because that's our 1 single dex point. And then we can add 2 more here and 2 more here. Yep, cool. Alright, that's all of the... that one. No more here. Do not put any more there, okay? Sunny Breeze, we did it. Let's hope this suits your tastes. Your drinks never disappoint. Glad to hear. I can definitely feel my charm coming back to me. I made you a drink. Now it's your turn. Tell me about your last job. We've heard nothing about this turtle. This turtle's just always on the table when she's here. Fine, a deal's a deal. Told you the client's a farmer, right? There's a large flock of 2-headed sheep. Apparently that darn starfall damaged their barn and they somehow managed to break out of their enclosure. Didn't think they were that clever, honestly. Must be the 2 brains. Probably. Anyways, they got out right before their shearing appointment, and of course the farmer needed to get them back in time. especially considering the rumors surrounding Dyria at the moment. It seems to be a dangerous place nowadays. Apparently, an unusual amount of cattle have been going missing these last few weeks. The local folks have been keeping a closer eye on their locks and fences. Okay, good to know. Of course, the farmer wanted her sheep to be safe, so she hired someone to bring her animals back. That someone being you. Obviously. I thought to myself, I'm a monster hunter. Handling animals is basically my job. I'd say a monster hunter is rather known for, well, hunting instead of handling. That was exactly the issue. You know how stubborn two-headed sheep are? Let me guess, they're twice as stubborn as one-headed sheep. You got it. They're impossible to get moving, impossible to startle. One head might be eating, but the other one's always watching you. But you did it, right? I suspect you wouldn't be here if you hadn't finished the job. You're absolutely correct. I was at my wit's end. Imagine having fought hundreds, if not thousands of beasts. And some sheep are the one enemy you can't win against. That sounds like an incredibly humbling experience. It was. Trust me. But luckily, I got some help. Another adventurer saw me struggling and offered her assistance and knowledge. Who do you think helped? Like, we'll find out, right? Or should I say, a retired adventurer? A retired adventurer? Maybe it's not someone we know yet. You know what I mean? Let's see. Oh. Yeah, and she was very insistent on that label. Some kind of astral fin folk. Ooh, this has gotta be a new character. I legitimately can't think of like anyone we've met so far. Must have lost her arm a while ago. Oh no. Back to the sheep. She told me there's apparently one thing that gets their full attention. Is it food? I'm gonna guess it's food. You got any guesses on what that magical tool might be? I have no. Loafers. Oh, she's sick. Look at her hair. Got a hook. Got some jellyfish shirts going on. She's like a pirate. Worn in dual clovers, to be precise. They go absolutely feral for him. A few will make them follow every single one of your commands. But someone with your experience should know that, innkeeper. That's kind of... Why is that so aggressive? Do you two know each other? Yeah, the way she said innkeeper is kind of suspicious. Barely. Keep your secrets then. Oh, so mysterious, innkeeper. I wanted to buy her a drink after she helped me out back there. And it's raining out, dang. Didn't expect you two to be best friends, honestly. Best friends? I think you got that wrong, Jade. I'd never befriend someone like him. I have taste. Damn! Well, that was unnecessarily rude of you, Una. You didn't even consider my feelings. Consider me sorry, Innkeep. Apology accepted. Speaking of taste, what about your drinks? I know you've always liked experimenting with potions and other suspicious liquids. Looks like you finally made it, huh? Indeed. I think I got the hang of it. And what are you waiting for? Your old rival is waiting for a drink. Una's our rival? Preferably one that'll restore my energy. I have 5 base stats I can touch, and energy isn't fucking one of them. Those sheep made my old bones all wobbly, and I don't like feeling so weak. The strength potion? Got it. Let's see what that old magic has to offer. Don't worry, he might not look like it, but his drinks are actually really good. I bet. I'll just take that as a compliment, I suppose. No, she knows what magic we've got more than we do. I have no idea what magic our character's got. It was strength. Okay, I couldn't tell. She wanted strength, something that wouldn't make her feel so weak. Sailor's Courage is probably our best. Yeah, it's our best strength drink because the only other one's Southern Brawler, and it's just an inferior drink. like look at that. The only thing I could think of is if you wanted to do an infusion that had negatives in dexterity, Southern Brawler is your only option. But I don't really give a shit about dexterity right now. So let's see what infusion we can sneak in. Let's see. So positives here. So we could do fire resistance for her. We could do an ice shield. Let's see. Oh, this one would be very hard to do, the inspiration one. Let's see. We could do this one that gives you haste, gets you speedy. Thunder Sage. Does anyone remember what Thunder Sage does? I should remember, but I don't. Oh, double intelligence. I missed that on the board, but it's another inspiration one. I cannot do that. So if I did this one, I'd have to do 3 dedicated to strength to make up for the double negative. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'd have to do 5? No. Yeah, I'd have to because you need 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That would be the whole cup. Yeah, cannot do that one. Okay. Let's see. Can't do that one. Could do this one. Make her speedy. That'd be so funny. Yeah, let's give her this. Be kind of a I don't know if it's like a little fuck you to your rival, but alright, let's get our strength in there. Okay, all of that. And then one of that. Sailor's Courage. Perfect. Alright, chat, and Ad does want to play, so as is tradition, so no one misses out on anything. Let's take a quick break. Let's do about 5 minutes or so that Ad can play and everyone can stretch and get some water, but I'll see you back in a few. Thanks for being here. Hello, welcome back from the break. Hope everyone had a good break. Got to stretch, got some water. I got some more tea. And 2 heaping spoonfuls of honey. So thanks for hanging out with me, everyone. I really appreciate you being there. Alright, let's continue. So we just made a drink for, apparently, our old rival, Una. Let's see how she liked it. Oh, wow. Impressed? Don't get cocky now. Also, notice how old our rival is. We have no context for how old the innkeeper is, and every time there's something that suggests an age, it's old. You don't have to be shy, you can just admit I've improved. So, Una, Jade told me you're retired now? Had enough of the adventuring business? Absolutely. I don't want to have anything to do with that anymore. I've completed enough quests for at least 2 lifetimes. And yet you decided to help Jade. Ever had to handle a 2-headed sheep? Not yet. Lucky you. Lucky indeed. I just couldn't watch her struggle with those stubborn beasts any longer. This was a one-time exception. Did the farmer pay accordingly after your morning dew clover's magic trick? Oh, absolutely. She was so happy she gratefully paid both of us. That's good to hear. She even tipped us with some gems she supposedly found on one of her fields. But I'm a Maida. I don't have any use for stones like those. I don't know what Maida means. We saw that in the roster, and I had no context for what that meant. Yeah, that's the kin. Maybe it's like the source of their magic, maybe? Yeah, I have no idea. And since I'm retired, I couldn't care less about material riches. That's not how retirement works. I wish it was. So we figured we'd give them to you instead. Oh, that's nice. But I wouldn't tell that pretentious blonde dragon priestess if I were you. It was like a blasphemous gift. Oh, it's a new infusion. Oh, it's citrine? Oh, divine gems. A little blasphemous indeed. Ooh. That's not how you spell citrine. But I'll let it slide. This rare gemstone can only be found in the well-hidden eastern parts of the Forbidden Valley. So I'm gonna say citrin. Citrin sounds better. But just without the E at the end, I don't know how to pronounce it. Citrin is said to be favored by the dragons due to its incredible divine properties. Blessed. Blessed with the divine magic of the dragons, adventurers will have a much better chance fighting the undead or any other unholy creatures. Or any creatures, really. Shit. That's gonna go on like everybody's drinks. What are you talking about? Oh no, especially since we have had so many rumors cropping up referencing dragons. Not dragons, but because dragons are like the gods. A lot of like undead nonsense. Yeah, that one's undead. We've had that forever. There's been a lot going on. Let's see. I need to click on a few things on my other screen. Okay, cool. I think I fixed something. Alright, I'm paying attention again. Yeah, there's definitely been some rumblings about undead stuff, so it's good to know. It really feels like we're gearing up for something big. Oh, divine gems. Oh, blasphemous indeed. I think I know just the right way to use them. Thank you. Don't mention it. Now that we're done here, I can finally go back to crocheting for the rest of my life. Didn't get this hook put in for nothing. I was thinking that was an awfully small hook. That's the perfect crochet size, so now that she says it. Of course, I also occasionally gotta rip some youngsters off while playing cards. Tell me about Una. What's Una's deal? Finfolk, 68, she, her, arcane engineer. Background from the Astral Sea. Neutral good. So maybe we're from the Astral Sea? A lot of people have mentioned that we have primordial magic, though I'm not sure. Let's see. Oh, a Fido showed up. I might be late, but I'm gonna try to catch on Catch. Alright, we'll see. Maybe I caught it, maybe I didn't. Let's see. Primordial Sea. Oh, Astral Sea. I've been rivals with Una long before this story even began. She was an adventurer back then, but she is retired now. Even put a crochet hook into the stump of her arm. What? There are things about her that'll never change. I'm pretty sure she'll never stop stacking that deck, for example. Oh, he's always cheated, it sounds like. I haven't lost a game in at least 4 decades. That's remarkable. Or impossible for someone who's only playing fair. I like your lucky streak. I think your lucky streak will end with me today. I've also never lost a game in at least a decade. Are you challenging me to a duel? Absolutely. And whoever loses has to pay for the next round of drinks. That's the spirit. I like you, bounty hunter, but don't come crying to me after I annihilate you. Ha, you wish. Inkeep already mentioned that Una cheats. Who do we gonna, Jade be on guard or Una be on guard? We'll say Jade because we've been giving shit to our old rival this whole time. You're worried about me? Cute. I just know for a fact that Una's a master at cheating. I doubt that's changed. So you're saying you've lost against her? More than once, yes. Pathetic. Hey, are you talking about me? Listen, Inkeep, if your opponent is obviously cheating, like she was, you can't beat them fair and square. You gotta beat them at cheating. Now watch how a real master does it. I need to know how the game ends. Gently Giant? G'day. Oh no, is this an Australian giant? What is Gently Giant? Just 25% of players have this achievement. I don't know what it does. I don't know if that just means only 20% of players have gotten this far. Good day. Wait, why did I click on that? No. And she's here too. I have returned, Innkeeper. Welcome back, Miss Anwar, and welcome. This brave adventurer's name is Claymore. He offered unexpected support during my quest. I'm happy to hear that. Thank you so much on behalf of, the world. Yes, of course, the world, Mr. Clay. You don't need to do the whole Mr. thing, just Clay is alright with me. Otherwise, it sounds so formal. Like talking to one of those graph people. The fuck's a graph people? What's a graph people? Like a telegraph? Like a newspaper? I don't know what they're talking about. Oh, you wouldn't want to be one of those. Clay it is then. I love how his eyes are twinkling. And if you both a drink in exchange for the story of how you two met? That would be a fun trade, right, Tia? Oh my gosh. Oh gosh. Alithia. He gave her the nickname Tia. Have I been pronouncing her name wrong if her nickname's Tia? Alithia. Alithia? Alithia? Tia, Alithia. Alithia? I'm processing if I want to change how I've been pronouncing her name. Alithia. Lithia. Thea. I'm gonna keep going with Lithia. Because he sounds like a goofy guy, so calling her Tia would just be really funny. Dude, I'm so distracted at how buff this guy is. This is a very wide man. Like, look at these arms. Like, these arms are as big as her head. Like, what the fuck? Okay. I think I would welcome it as well. Then what can I get you? Play. Please go ahead. Oh my. Got a lot of stuff on the menu. Why is this shaking? How about one of those drinks with ingredients? You look strong. How about something extra for those muscles? That sounds nice. Let's go with that. 1 minute. I have no idea who this guy is, what he's been up to. Something's telling me I need to be giving people the citron every chance I get. So let's go ahead. It will do a -1 in the charisma bit, but I think it'll be worth it. I love how the citron is a D20. I just noticed it. It's a, what is that, a dodecahedron if it's 20? I don't know. Okay, so we do have to make up okay, so that balances out the -1. That gets us to 1. Southern Brawler. I just noticed this doesn't tell us the name of the actual drink we're serving. It tells us a finished drink. I have to pay attention. I don't think I've been paying attention before. There we go, Sailor's Courage. I think before, if Auntie put up a flag, I just sent it. Try this. I think I might knock your socks off. It stays strong and magic-y. But my socks are still on. Still? I love it. I'll have to remember this one for next time. What is it called? Don't worry, I'll remember it for you. Thank you. Now, Miss Anwar, what would you like? I need some of that liquid vigilance. Even in here, it's important to stay on guard. Wouldn't this be the right time to relax? There is no such time. Alright, then I shall aid you on your divine mission of not falling asleep standing. She probably sees the two people cheating at cards. Alright, so vigilance is... oh, defense? Oh, being defensive? That's funny. So, alright, so I can actually do the citrine for this too. Let's see. I have to do Frosted Lagoon if I want to give her the citron, because the citron is +1 to strength and defense. Alright, let's do this one. Yeah, see that? Okay. 1 to get rid of the -1, and 1 to match the recipe, and then the rest is fridges. Alright, is that Frosted Lagoon? It sure is. Order up. I'm giving everyone positives to fighting creatures in the undead. Some liquid vigilance diluted with some delicious secret ingredients. Enjoy. I could do with something less diluted, but you're right, it's delicious. Happy to hear that. Do we get to tell the story now? Please, go ahead. You think I should start with the seashells? I have no idea what accent to give him. I think it's supposed to be Australian, but I just don't have it in my brain. Like, I saw good day, and I don't know what to do with the vowels. You think I should? I can't. I've never worked on an Australian accent, and I'm not gonna harm everybody. We'll keep mucking around with whatever happens. But no promises. Let's see. You think I should start with the seashells? No, I think some exposition is in order first. As you already know, Innkeeper, I plan to start my investigation right here in Zenith, specifically at the local Gaia temple. So I've been told. Mostly about that wobbling ooze. Ah, yes, that was certainly something. Unfortunately, besides their fascinating personal secrets, they had nothing of value to share with me. But, fortunately, thanks to your rumors, I was not entirely without a lead. The wizard's prophecy led me to Dalwell. Or should I say, the Abandoned Isle, or Fairweather. The name changes depending on who you ask. I don't know. I didn't know it had that many names. I always just called it Kelpie Island. Why? Because it's shaped like one. Probably the smartest approach. Kelpie Island or Fairweather, its name means very little to me. Its local settlement of Fae was much more relevant. They built everything into the giant sequoia that holds their portal to Avalon. There are portals in the tree? Yes, right in its center. They call it the Horizon Tree. It's beautiful. The Fae themselves were moderately helpful. It was difficult to get them to focus on the severity of the situation. And I was pretty sure they were preparing some sort of morbid ritual with the acorns that they were stringing up between rose bushes in asymmetrical shapes. Oh, I always thought those were art projects. Common misconception. It sounds more like they were preparing to charge them with astral moonlight. For what? If you freeze them, they make for good ice cubes. Do you participate in such practices? Not at the moment. I'm just not going to question that. Eventually, I got them to sit still long enough to ask them about any strange occurrences around their settlement. Did they understand your definition of strange? After some explanation, they told me about how, just recently, an astral humpback whale had rampaged through one of their nearby scouting camps, just 2 days before the stars fell. They said it seemed like it was running from something, and that it was full of seething fury. They also claimed it to be a good sign, because it promised adventure. Seems like an understatement. Majorly. I mean, it did end up in some kind of adventure. Investigating disaster is not an adventure. It is a necessity of dire circumstances. I had fun. That makes two of us. It certainly was a sign of something being awry, and I was determined to get to the bottom of it. So naturally, I made my way to nearby Carapace Beach and prepared a celestial summoning ritual under the young astral moon. The humpback whale, I suppose? What else would I be summoning? I thought maybe you wanted to ask I thought maybe you wanted to ask Cassiopeia her input. Are you out of your mind? It's so funny. She's the only person who has any concept of like blasphemy and like spiritual good and bad, while everyone else so far has just been living their life and is aware of people who are associated with the church but doesn't really have any skin in the game. I can tell that she probably would not approve of whatever the innkeeper's deal is. I still don't know what his deal is. I don't know where he gets his magic. It sounds pretty bad, pretty no-no, pretty taboo. but we'll see. The Realm Keepers have sworn a divine oath of neutrality that prevents them from directly interfering with the simple world of us mortals. The full might of their powers could disrupt the delicate balance of their cosmic design. Right. Sorry. Slipped my mind. You are forgiven. As I was preparing the ritual, readying myself to confront the troublemaker, I suddenly found myself being interrupted by a strange request. That was I asked her if she needed any more seashells. Did she? I did, actually. Pairing dragon. What is this? Pairing dragon? Head tritons? Wait. Wait a second. Pairing dragon head tritons and flimmering limpet shells can heighten the dual aspect. Pairing this, I don't know if this is capitalized correctly. Pairing dragon, as it's capitalized, this is a proper noun, that's the full name of it. Pairing dragon, head tritons. I don't know what this means. Pairing dragon, head tritons. Oh, so this is the oh, okay, I figured it out. Pairing is the start of the sentence. So pairing dragon, capital D, because she's religious, right? And in this world, the dragons are gods. Okay, I think I caught up. Pairing dragon head tritons and flimmering limpet shells can heighten the dual aspect of the celestial twins, therefore making the connection to the astral sea more stable. Obviously, I hadn't managed to find a limpet shell, and one happened to be among his offerings. Boy honestly just thought she was decorating the beach and that she could do with more color. You weren't wrong in a way. Sadly, their shells burned up during the ritual. Singed Tia's hands too. Just a little. Fortunately, I possess spectacular healing capabilities. Fortunate indeed. Were you collecting seashells for beach decorating, or your very own ritual clay? Oh, I was collecting them from me friends. At this time of year, Gilby Island is full of all kinds of sparkling, floating animals from the astral sea. One, they love munching on seashells. Do you encounter these creatures a lot? Oh, I try to. They're very nice. Clay can talk to animals. Gaia's blessings rest upon him. Fantastic. You're full of surprises. I kind of like the delivery of just a deadpan fantastic. It is, the storytelling in this is so good because if there weren't so many characters, we wouldn't have such a full rounded sampling on the role religion plays in this universe. Because she is the only one that's talked about Gaia's blessings, or like blessed by Gaia, or like she frames everything that she interacts with and every new thing she learns in relation to Gaia. And I think she's talked about Cassiopeia with reference more than once. And we haven't seen a single other character do that. So it adds this sort of like bubble around her, and so that makes us as like viewers and listeners and whatever aware of the fact that her perception of reality and the gravitas that she reads the details is unique compared to the everyday person that might have a more commonly held belief system around the gods in this world. So this is really funny. If there were fewer characters, you wouldn't like get this sort of okay, sure thing, buddy, okay. that we're getting right now. If it was just a few characters, you might think that the innkeep is like being really rude and pessimistic about it, but almost everyone seems to have a very similar take that the innkeep does. Oh, this tea is so good. It's a perfect temperature. I don't know if anyone else is like this, but I can't do very, very hot things. And so when my tea gets to the perfect temperature, it's about the perfect temperature for maybe a full minute or two. We get a full like 2 minutes before it's lukewarm. Perfect. Okay, I am grounded. I'm back on the ground. So we can say you're full of surprises. Thank you. Though, fucking, it's the vowels, man. The vowels on this accent absolutely kill me. How do you say though in Australian? Though. Always, if it's a sentence that starts with I am usually like in a positive direction, but though I can't fucking though. But then it gets Scottish. Oh. That guy's big. He's huge. I was talking earlier about how his arm is bigger than her head. It's He doesn't have a lot of thoughts though, but he can talk to animals, I guess, so that's cool. Though I'm always sure I'm not always sure they like talking to me. They tend to disappear sooner or later. Sometimes they come back, but often they don't. We think maybe I accidentally say things that upset them without realizing it, and they think I mean to hurt them. I hate when that happens. You mean they just disappear like they were never there? Yes? Like they moved to a different, quieter beach? What is this guy? This is animals, by the way, that he talks to. Or like they returned to the astral sea. Well, I feel like they would tell me if they went back home. Not necessarily. Many Astrian creatures can traverse the plains at will, but they don't always have control over when they return. On many occasions, the astral currents pull them back when they're home when they're ready. And once they're swept up in them, each subsequent journey out becomes more and more difficult. Or so I've been told. I would guess your friends either went home when you weren't there, or got pulled back before they had a chance to say goodbye. You were saying the sea swallowed them? Not quite. It just beckoned them home. To a celestial hug of sorts. Well, that means I could just visit them in the astral sea? That would be an incredible undertaking. Traveling between planes is quite hazardous. Is it? But echoes are from the primordial sea. My family's lived there for quite a while, I think. Oh, is he an echo? Do I have information on this man yet? Who are they? Clay. Oh, he's an earth echo. Oh, we only know one other echo, I believe. I'm just gonna click through everything real quick to make sure. I forgot about the changeling that's probably doing crimes. Yeah, current name John is the only other echo we know, and they're an area echo. So Clay. Okay, Clay is a really good name for an earth echo. I see what's happening here. Was he half giant, half earth echo? Is that what's happening here? It's interesting because John was... Who's a half elf? Someone's a half elf. Uh-oh. Is there not a half elf? Oh, it's Hex. That's who the half elf was. Yep. I haven't seen them in a hot minute. Okay. Clay. Talking about the primordial sea. Families lived there for a while. They must have gotten there somehow. They say it was much simpler to traverse between planes once, but for a long time it has been almost impossible without complicated and dangerous rituals. Until recently, the Astral Sea was the only possible way to pass through the barriers, and accessing it requires meticulous planning, not to mention the sea tends to come with more risks than rewards. Even your Astrian friends, who can choose to leave their home plane on a whim, get pulled back by the currents eventually. Imagine what would happen to you if you went in unprepared. But the Fae on Kelpie Island aren't from Gaia either, and they told me they haven't lived there for very long. Since the 5 interplanar portals opened up, interplanar travel has become a lot more accessible again. Yo, I've been getting so much exposition from this one chapter. And I'm very concerned I'm not gonna remember enough of it. Not that the Innkeep has like a ton of impact on exactly what the characters do, but I gotta know what drinks to make people. So the 5 interplanar portals opened up. Don't know when that was. Interplanar travel has become a lot more accessible again. She just said it was really difficult, but then mentioned that it's gotten more accessible. At least when it comes to the dream planes. Okay. But even the astral and primordial seas, not to mention Ur, are finally open to us again after all these years. Okay, so this is a recent development. It is a true miracle to witness in our lifetimes. So, the portals haven't always been there. Didn't know that. Who put them there? Well, that is a very good question. And one that would blow the scope of this conversation beyond its bounds, I would think. Innkeep, what do you know? Innkeep, what secrets are you hiding? I have put in hours into this game, and the Innkeep's got secrets. I know it. Fine, keep your secrets. You still have to tell me how you summoned that whale. You're right, we're getting off track. As Clay and I talked, he told me about his fascinating friendships with the astral creatures, and his ability to speak with animals as if they share a language. So you asked him for help? Well, he offered his aid. I certainly could have handled it on my own, but... What? You didn't have to. Right, that, obviously. Thank you very much, Clay. Anytime. So I summoned it. The ritual worked exceptionally well, and it appeared out of the sky in a wave of concerning darkness. Stars used to accompany them. Oh, I mean, there was one star. There was. The whale was even bigger than I had anticipated, almost as tall as the horizon tree. And in its stomach rested a giant sun, the only star of the night sky whose light had not been extinguished, nestled right in its belly. That sounds unhealthy, or that sounds beautiful? We'll say beautiful. It was, in a way. The star wasn't the thing to worry about, though. The whale didn't look at all happy about being summoned. Instead, it looked like a wounded animal that was one loud noise away from lashing out. And it looked sick. Its translucent skin was gray, like it was frozen with the coldness of the highest mountains or the deepest seas. Its eyes were pale, almost blind, with no warmth within them. I thought for a brief second, we must fight this beast before it consumes us and everything in its path. But when I looked over at Clay, I saw a deep understanding in his eyes, like he wasn't seeing a monster, but a friend. So I stayed quiet, knowing that whatever he knew outweighed my fear. You knew what it needed, Clay? Not completely, but I knew that look in its eyes. That feeling When you're so scared, you get angry. When you want to fight, because you're terrified, you won't be able to flee. So I kneeled to show that it didn't mean any harm, and I held out my last conch shell in my hands. It took a moment to overcome the instinct of mistrust, but then they picked the shell up gently and ate it. Just ate the shell, okay? I saw the conch freeze as it was swallowed. It looked painful. Wanting to comfort the whale, I reached out and carefully put my hands against its cheek. I wanted it to know it wasn't alone. I'm sure it needed that. What it did, it was so sad it cried tears of golden dust. Its tears turned to ice before they even hit the ground. It was at that moment I realized its body had been cursed with a potent frostbite. Dancing loves the accent. I've been having a hard time with it, so that encouragement's been very good. Thank you. Somewhere along the way he said good day, and I've just been fighting for my life with those vowels, but practice is practice. Thank you. I'm gonna drink some more tea. Let's see. Unless you meant Alithia's accent, that one I think is a bit better, but I might be biased. It was at that moment I realized its body had been cursed with a potent frostbite. I knew it did not trust me yet, so I did what I previously would not have thought possible. It stopped me from what I was doing. Hopefully in a good way. Oop, I've got stuff falling everywhere. Let's see if I can... There we go. Let's see. From a hand on Clay's shoulder... Oh, through a hand on Clay's shoulder and the magic of your drink, I was able to briefly transfer my magic into Clay, allowing him to cure it of its disease. I don't remember what drink I gave her last time, and the magic of my drink? Yes, very good. Thank you. What would I have possibly given her? Hold on. Oh, inspiration. Did I give her something that inspires? I might have. Hold on, because it was dexterity and charisma. Is there another one that does inspiration? This one. She was investigating things. So yes, I could have done an inspiration one. Inspiration grants you the ability to extraordinarily motivate other people or persuade them to tell the truth. I definitely could have given her an inspiration based. It's one of these. So it could have been... I really don't know what drink I would have given her. I could have given her the one that was fire resistant. No, but if it was fire resistant, then it would have been the chilies. So maybe I don't know what I gave her. I went into the shower listening to the stream and came out thinking you had a few new guests streaming with me. That's very exciting. That's very exciting. Thank you. I'll have to keep practicing. I have no idea what drink I gave her because she's mentioning with the power of the drink that we gave her last time, which would have been days in game ago, by the way. Let's see. Through a hand on Clay's shoulder and the magic of your drink, I was able to briefly transfer my magic onto Clay, allowing him to cure it of its disease. He kissed it on the forehead, and the ice burned away, freeing it of the endless chill. It was quite sweet. That's one lucky whale. And one unusual effect of that infusion. Is that not usually possible? Inspiration. Okay, I guessed right. Hell yeah. Woo. Inspiration is a fickle thing. Such magic is deeply personal and differs from person to person. I always enjoy seeing how others imagine support to look like. I'm sorry, chat, I've got a sneeze coming. Sorry. My microphone does not have a quick mute button. I'll have to think about ways to get that sorted, but I'm back. No more sneezes, I promise. Let's see. I always enjoy seeing how others imagine support to look like. Tia's support was very helpful. I'd hope so. Once it was... I didn't talk like him for so long, it's gone. Boy, whenever a sentence starts with I can kind of get into it. Boy. Once it was free of its pain, the whale was ready to talk to us. I asked what had happened, and it told me about fighting some sort of evil creature on 2 legs. A creature on 2 legs? It's a humanoid then? We assume. It turns out whales don't care much about our appearances. It cared more about all the things being thrown at it. What a mean way to approach a whale. Apparently, it swallowed some kind of stone. It could only remember its black and white color, and that it tasted horrible. What? It thought, I have a strong digestive thing. It's nothing to worry about. Rookie mistake. The 2-legged monster just wouldn't stop attacking. So it fled. So it fled as quickly as it could, trying to find its way home. It felt really bad about destroying the camp. Or get why. The worst part about being angry is seeing the wreckage you leave behind. Yeah, you ever get angry? No, I'm the embodiment of calmness and self-discipline. This fucking character, dude, she's so funny. You forgot divinity. Where I come from, they call that repression. Oh, whoa. To be fair, I just realized she has not expressed a single emotion this entire game. This entire time that we've known her. Here's the thing. Do we bully her in front of 3 other people? The first one would be almost flirting with her because that's something she prides herself in. It's the second one that I think could get us some progress, but it might upset her. Yeah, we could bully her a bit. Luckily, its anger subsided when it found its way back. It thought it was finally safe, but suddenly this freezing cold began. I don't mind the cold much. I'm from the Highlands. The Highlands? No, he said good day. Who says good day? I've been trying to do Australian. Never mind, it might be good if it's not Australian. That way, whatever accent I've been making is still canon. I don't mind the cold much. I'm from the Highlands, and we get a lot of snow in the winter. What the kind of cold it was describing sounded awful. Painful and inescapable. Like it was freezing from the inside out. The potent frostbite I mentioned. It seems a curse to cold and slowly spread throughout its entire body. It tried to keep itself warm by feeding on solar crabs and cosmic squid. Well, that didn't help much. Oh, I like that help. That was good. It just kept getting more scared and angrier and colder, until even its brain was freezing over. We couldn't think of anything other than the cold. So, in its desperation, it ate the hottest thing it could find. A star. A star. A giant one at that. It looked deceptively small, contained in its belly. But apparently, it was one of the biggest ones the night sky had to offer. The East Star. It ate Pharos, the guiding star of the endless seas. It did. and it helped. Kept its frostbite at bay, even if it did not eradicate it. But as you can imagine, such a massive star disappearing did not have the most desirable effect on the astral sea's delicate balance of gravity. I can imagine that. The whale was very confused about what had happened. But it said all the stars around it suddenly started to fall and spin out of place. They crashed into one another, causing more and more destruction with each passing moment. Boy didn't understand anything it described, but it sounded bad. To label it as bad would be quite the understatement. The falling stars ripped holes in Cassiopeia's wings. To think that just one hungry creature would break the entire balance of the universe. It was hurt and scared. It should have endured instead of hurting others. It was a whale. How was it supposed to know? It was alone. It didn't know all that would happen. Yeah, I'm with him. What the fuck? It can count itself lucky you were there to help. It didn't. I'm sure it tried its best. I want to make sure I get the connotation of that right. It was alone. It didn't know all that could happen. Yeah, why would the whale know? Its best wasn't good enough. The whale isn't responsible for the horrible things that were done to it. We should celebrate that you were able to help it instead of blaming it for its pain. Oh, I think so too. Did you also manage to free it of the star in its stomach? No. The frostbite might be gone. That star is a part of it now. It has become the first of a new kind. A sun humpback whale. And probably the last one too, as all of the stars in the astral sea have been snuffed out. We will never be able to see the night sky again, and in turn, that whale must forever live with its guilt nestled in its stomach. You're right. Some things are forever changed now. That's kind of the point of the disasters. But perhaps the star doesn't stand for shame, but the pride of its survival. You shouldn't be sad that most are gone, but happy that one managed to make it through. Besides, we may have lost the night sky's starry companions, but it managed to gain 2 new friends. Even the worst of situations can lead you to light sometimes. Or like that, you should never be sad about finding new friends. Speaking of friends, on the way back we ran into this traveling souvenir shop. We bought friendship bracelets for Tia and I, with little whale charms on them. But she didn't want to wear them just yet, so I'm waiting until she's ready. That's very nice of you. Right, Tia? They're a hazard for fights and could get caught in things. Sure, I'm looking forward to seeing how they look with your armor. I am a fan on how much of this game are people latching on to socially awkward people and being new best friends. I like this. Gia also found something for you at the souvenir shop. She said to return her. She said to remind her of your tavern. Or now that I've seen it in person, I agree. Now I'm curious, what is it? We got more stuff for the wall. Oh, that's pretty. Oh, that's a very pretty mosaic. The shopkeeper. The shopkeeper told us a little bit about it. Supposedly, this piece of art represents a new beginning after a hard-fought battle. Kind of like the rise of the sun humpback whale. It's very fitting. Thank you, Tia. So, Tia, aren't you glad Clay was there to help you? Clay, aren't you glad Tia was there to help you? I think we've bullied Arithia quite a bit. I don't. What was Clay trying to do? He showed up and offered her shells. Oh, she did inspire him so that he could help the whale. That's right, she put some of her magic in him. Maybe I'll point to him first. Oh yeah? Oh, I'm so happy to have met her. I think I might not have been able to help the whale alone. That is true. Her blessing sure helped a bunch. Perhaps you could learn a thing or two from her. That would be great. Much more importantly, clearly our quest was not successful. What are you talking about? You cured the sun humpback whale. You found out why the stars fell. You even made new friends. What more could you want? We still haven't the slightest idea who caused all of this. One angry humanoid figure? And that is who exactly? Well, we can rule out you, me, and the innkeeper. We can rule out you and me. Ouch. No hard feelings. I believe you're innocent, but sometimes evil hides in plain sight. One must not be led astray. I understand. Paranoia is a hard habit to break. Clearly, someone orchestrated this. Our ex, I've been telling you all day. It seems too random and methodical to have been an accidental side effect. I must find out what hides in the darkness. If something like this happens again, it could end in a calamity the likes of which we have never seen before. Don't worry too much about it, girlie. This is just kind of how oblivions are around here. I don't call this just another oblivion. How often have you seen the stars fall from the sky? 0 times. I was asleep when it happened, and now that it's over, there go my chances of ever witnessing a supreme meteor shower. You should not wish to witness such horrors. Some horrors are fun to look at. Listen, love, when I was your age, I used to worry about stuff like this all the time. This weirdo over here did too. We all did. At one time or another. But I know from experience that making such a fuss about it won't get you anywhere. These bite-sized calamities are part of the natural order of things. From chaos to balance to chaos and back to balance, everything just switches around in a never-ending cycle. Sure, it's good to keep an eye out, but you don't have to give yourself an aneurysm over it. Just pick up a quest if it worries you, and follow the natural flow of the universe. That way, if you're lucky, you'll end up retired, like me. Such a leisurely attitude only leads to failure. And, even then, someone is always going to save the world in the end. And that someone is going to be me. Oh, the youth. Anyway, old enemy, got another drink for me? I'm running dry. Anytime, Una. Alright, chat. It looks like another ad wants to play, but I'm running out of time for tonight, so let's wrap it up right there. And when I boot this back up, I'm gonna see I have to make a drink. I'm gonna be so confused. But anyway, thank you so much for being here, everybody. I had a lot of fun tonight. Thank you, OGB Fong, for all of the chat redemptions. Thank you, Dancer, for popping in. I think we had a few other folks saying hi, but my brain's a little tired, so I'll just a big thank you to everyone who popped in. Thank you for the lurkers too. You don't have to chat, but love you and good night. Thank you, dancing. Love you and good night. I'll catch you all next time. I know for sure I'm streaming 9 a.m. Eastern Time Sunday morning, but keep an eye on Blue Sky. That's Lloyd.Lloydster on Blue Sky, and you can join the Discord server if you want updates there as well. All of those you can get to on the link that just popped up in chat. Have a good night, everyone. Catch you next time. Bye.